Hey there YouTube, this is Lucifer Lake of Warden coming back at you with another Arguing with the Devil video. Now, before I get into this video, I'm going to say I have tried several times to reply to this one commenter who made a dumb comment. I wasn't even going to make a video about this, but I have tried so hard to reply to this stupid commenter, and YouTube keeps on striking down my comments every single time. Even when I fucking get it, keep it clean. So, this is going out to Joker. This is my reply to you on your comment, because it is actually a stupid comment, but you do deserve a reply from me. It's probably one of the most polite things that I can do for you right now. And because YouTube won't let me reply to you directly in the channel, for whatever reason, I'm making this video for you. So, yeah. It's bloody idiotic. I'm going to try to get you to link to this video. That way you can see what my reply is. So before I go and I get into my reply, actually, with the video, let me read out what this guy says. And he flat out calls himself Joker. So, this is on my Satanic Neo-Nazis Plot to Kill U.S. Troops, o9a video. And really quickly, o9a refers to Order of the Nine Angles, who is a neo-Nazi organization that is also satanic. And they were just busted. A U.S. soldier was just busted as trying to sell out his unit to Order of the Nine Angles so that his unit could be ambushed and killed by them over in Turkey. It's absolutely ridiculous. It really, really is. Just give me 1 second. So, what? And I'm going to throw a link to that video down below. That way you can see it. And you can actually read his comment somewhere in the comment sections down below. There. Joker says, "They are better than most satanic organizations, aside from the human sacrifice, which I personally rebuke. I think it's just anti-racists that hate them because they were born the superior Aryan race, and they are proud of that. They are not, quote-unquote, Nazis, or whatever you want to call them. Hail Satan." Right. Where to begin? Okay, first off, I am what people call Aryan. Okay, I am a white guy. Alright? I am as white as they come. I come from Scottish stock. Okay? Scot-Irish stock. Born in the heart of Texas. And proud of my heritage. Boom. And I am going to, and on top of that, I have very firm connections with people in the alt-right movement, in National Socialism and whatnot. National Socialism, which is the political philosophy of the Nazi Party, okay, happens to also be shared and openly expressed by members of the Order of the Nine Angles. They flat out said that is it's all over their websites and whatnot. They flat out say National Socialism is their political ideology. That makes them neo-Nazis. Flat out. But it gets a little weirder with them as time goes on, and I'm going to jump into that. So, jumping on to the next thing, you have this strange, funky neo-Nazi group, and they have all these little nexions, or splinter cells and whatnot. Now, granted, some of these splinter cells are very, very strict on you being a white Aryan, okay, to be in this group. I believe Temple of Blood, who is very strict on it, and the reason why they're strict on it is because they are also infiltrated and mixed in with the organization, the violent organization, Atomwaffen. Okay? Atomwaffen is a violent neo-Nazi group. And when I say violent, I mean they are fucking violent. They don't fucking play around. They will blow your head off just for not being white. And I believe they actually have videos out there of them doing so. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't looked too far into Atomwaffen. But they are way out there. And a Nexian group of o9a called Temple of Blood, that's Temple of Blood, and spelled OV instead of OF, is actually part of this organization. And when you have that going on top of the main home group of o9a, Order of Nine Angles, flat out saying that they support fascism, they support terrorist organizations, they have financially supported ISIS and the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. Yeah. They support all this stuff and whatnot. They promote human sacrifices. They promote murder. They promote extreme violence. How is that better than other satanic organizations? I would honestly have to say, even the fringe organization Joy of Satan, which is also a very National Socialist, neo-Nazi based organization, with its founders being former members or current members of NSM, National Socialist Movement, Clifford Harrington and his wife Andrea, who is Maxine Dietrich, who's the high priestess of Joy of Satan. They were part of the National Socialist Movement. Clifford Harrington ran it. Joy of Satan is actually, I would encourage a person to go to Joy of Satan before I would say go to Order of the Nine Angles. Because at least Joy of Satan is not running around trying to kill people. Alright? How is doing that better than most satanic groups? Most satanic groups are very peaceful. I know I'm peaceful for the most part. We're not scared to defend ourselves. As the shirt says, freedom isn't free. And we're very patriotic. But how is that being better? Excuse me, I don't have a drink here right now, so you're going to have to bear with me. When you stop and you think about things, there is plenty of satanic organizations out there. Actually, most true satanic organizations that do line up with National Socialism, neo-Nazi concepts, symbology, and movements. Hell, even the Church of Satan openly does so. You look at there's orbital sites like aspculture.com, and which has a lot of the Church of Satan symbology on it. They promote it. You see that a lot of the symbology is Nordic symbology, with wolf angles and Norse symbols. We even have a Rite of Ragnarok ritual written by Peter H. Gilmore. When you look into the history, you see that Anton LaVey himself surrounded himself, despite his Jewish heritage, he actually surrounded himself with white nationalists. His own daughter, Zena LaVey, married Nicholas Schreck, who was, back in the day, a very big proponent of white nationalism, and he would go on multiple radio shows, TV shows, and talk shows talking about this, talking about this and supporting these groups. You had pretty much, when you look at a lot of the members of Anton LaVey's original Magic Circle, who eventually became his original church, Satan, it was a laundry list of who's who in the alt-right movement back in the 60s and 70s. No joke. It was literally a laundry list of who's who. And when you look at the Satanic Bible, the Book of Satan is taken directly, almost word for word, with a few modifications, from Ragnar Ragbeard's Midas Right, which is a very alt-right book, and it is heavily alt-right. So, Satanism itself, true Satanism, is actually very, very much so in line with National Socialist ideology. Just inherently, when you look at it, and then you look at National Socialism, you can just draw parallel after parallel after parallel, and so many Satanists will tell you the same thing. So for somebody to sit there and say they're not Nazis when they actually flat out say, we're National Socialists, when they sit there and they call themselves National Socialists, it's them saying, we're Nazis. Boom. But here is the funniest part. Okay, so I've had previous encounters with other Nexians in o9a, and one of those Nexians is called WSA 352. White Star Acceptance is what they're called. And years ago, they actually came after me physically. Yeah. There was a fight, and broke out, and yeah, shit went down. But here's the thing. Their group leader, Chloe Ortega, is in fact a Latino. I believe she's Mexican, half Asian. I believe Korean or something like that, maybe Thai. Mix. She is a half-breed. Not white. She is fair-skinned, but she is a half-breed Latino Asian girl. Yeah. How is that being Aryan? That's not Aryan. And this is pretty normal in o9a, because I've seen it multiple times on various Nexian boards. You have people of all sorts of colors and races jumping in there. I would honestly have to say, aside from Satanic Temple, Order of the Nine Angles is probably one of the most culturally and ethnically diverse organizations out there in the Satanism. Most Satanic organizations are predominantly white, Latino-based, a bit of Asian, next to no blacks. Very few people in it with Jewish heritage. I'm not saying that blacks don't exist in Satanism, in these other satanic organizations. I'm not saying that there isn't people with Jewish heritage in them. I mean, hell, look at Anton LaVey. Any one of his children would technically also have Jewish heritage. But, yeah, there we go. I mean, that's just the story. So, Joker, you're an idiot when you make a comment like this. And you're saying, it's just anti-racists who are hating on them. No, it's not just anti-racists. It is people with a brain who are looking at the bullshit that o9a is pulling, and has been pulling for decades now, since the mid-70s, all the way into the 80s and whatnot, when they gained popularity. It was founded by David Miot, who claimed he was Anton Long, and everybody knows that that's utter garbage, and he's a complete Looney Tunes. Because now he's sitting there, or I don't know about now, but a few years ago he was sitting there saying that he had converted to Islam. If you don't know who David Miad is, or Mayat, or however you pronounce his fucking last name, he lives over in Britain. He's a complete wackaloon, and he has always been a rabble-rouser for decades now, and he was involved with the white radical skinhead movements way back when, over there across the pond in Britain and whatnot, and got them all riled up. He created a whole bunch of things, and he is attributed as being Anton Long, the founder of the Order of the Nine Angles, who claimed that some chick had taught it to him. Absolutely ridiculous individual, absolutely ridiculous organization, and I would advise, if anybody runs into these clowns, most of the time, an o9a individual, or somebody who claims that they're Order of the Nine Angles, they're not really. Okay? If you run into the real Order of the Nine Angles individuals, either run like hell or shoot to kill. Flat out, because those people are nuts. That's where I'm going to leave it off today. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. And until next time, you know the routine. Like, share, subscribe. This is Lucifer Lakeborn. Joker, here's looking at you. You're a fucking twit. And until next time, hail Satan, I'm out of here.